Today we're going to talk about sea animals and some sea life. First, the clownfish. Scientists refer to the tropical clownfish as the anemone fish. Their more familiar name comes from their clown-like markings and the way they seem to waddle in the water. Clownfish often nest in anemones, which have stinging tentacles. Before a clownfish moves in, it spends several hours or days gently touching the anemone's tentacles. The clownfish develops a layer of mucus that resists the sting. But the clownfish and the anemone benefit from each other. The anemone provides protection from the clownfish's predators. In turn, the clownfish feeds and cleans the anemone. All clownfish start life as males. Some change to females as they mature. So all clownfish start life or are born as boys, and then some of them can turn into girls as they get older. Nemo is a clownfish. And we have the dolphin. Did you know that each dolphin has its own unique whistle and can produce a wide variety of sounds? Aquatic mammals, dolphins share a family line with the small-toothed whales, such as orcas, killer whales. Sometimes called porpoises, blunt-nosed whales, dolphins use their powerful horizontal flukes, or tail fins, to propel them through or out of the water, and their forefins and dorsal fin for steering. By constantly shedding their skin, dolphins don't accumulate barnacles or external parasites. Like whales, dolphins breathe air through a single dorsal blowhole. Dolphins can grow 8 to 9 feet in length and weigh 160 to 350 pounds. They eat mostly small fish, squid, and crustaceans. Dolphin. Now we have the hammerhead shark. Hammerhead sharks are found in temperate and tropical waters worldwide. Hammerhead sharks migrate to cooler water during the summer. Most hammerheads don't grow past 13 to 14 feet in length, but the great hammerhead, the largest species, can grow up to 20 feet in length and weigh up to 1,000 pounds. With its eyes located on either side of its head, the hammerhead possesses a wide range of vision. In addition, it has a group of sensory organs that enables it to detect the electrical fields of prey animals such as stingrays, its favorite meal. Did you know that the unusual shape of the shark's head earns its name, the hammerhead? Humpback whale. Humpback whales live worldwide. Known for their whale songs, humpbacks use sequences of moans, howls, high-pitched cries, and other noises to communicate with one another. These sounds can travel great distances and sometimes last for hours. Found near coastlines, humpbacks feed on plankton and small fish. They migrate annually from their summer homes near the poles to warmer waters closer to the equator. The females and their calves arrive back at their summer homes before the males, often touching one another with their flippers as they swim. These sea mammals reach lengths of 48 to 62 feet and weigh up to 40 tons. Jellyfish. Jellyfish have no heart, bones, eyes, or brain. This ocean predator, made up of 95% water, has a bubble-like bell body, tentacles, and oral arms. The poisonous sting of a jellyfish ranges from mild to lethal. From the tiny Caribbean thimble jellyfish to the Arctic's giant 8-foot lion's mane jellyfish, these sea creatures move in different ways. Some use a propulsion system, others attach themselves to a material such as seaweed and float with the ocean currents. Jellyfish rely on nerve cells to alert them to danger. They also have sensing organs that let them know in what direction they're going, up or down. Seahorse. Did you know seahorses feed on plankton and small crustaceans by using their long snouts to suck them in? Seahorses must eat almost constantly because they have no teeth and no stomach. These horse-headed fish grow from half an inch to 14 inches in length and live in shallow temperate to tropical seas. They mate for life. The female deposits her eggs into the male's pouch, where he fertilizes them. He carries the eggs until they hatch as fully formed miniature seahorses. Their body shape makes it difficult for them to swim. They propel themselves with a small fin on their back that flutters about 35 times per second. Small pectoral fins on the backs of their head allow them to steer. Lionfish. Though lionfish come from the reefs and rocky crevices of the Indo-Pacific, they have found their way to other warm ocean areas worldwide. This poisonous fish's bold coloring, long pectoral fins, and aggressive manner serve as a warning to predators. It often spreads its feathery pectoral fins to herd smaller fish into an area where it can more easily feed on them. Lionfish are also called turkeyfish, dragonfish, and scorpionfish, using their poisonous needle-like dorsal fins only to defend themselves. They grow from about 12 to 15 inches in length and weigh up to 2.6 pounds, so a little over 2.5 pounds. Lobster! Did you know lobsters make up for their poor eyesight by using their highly developed senses of taste and smell? These 10-legged crustaceans, closely related to shrimp and crabs, live in all of the world's oceans. Some also live in brackish, which means somewhat salty marshes near seawater, and freshwater environments. Lobsters eat primarily fish and mollusks, but will also feed on algae and other plant life. Female lobsters carry their eggs under their abdomens, sometimes for up to a year. They release them as larvae, which develop through several stages, becoming adults. Lobsters shed their skin continually as they grow. Some species of lobster can live to be 50 years old. Manta ray. Did you know manta rays use a filtering system consisting of a sponge-like tissue to sweep plankton into their mouth? Mantas thrive in temperate tropical and subtropical waters. Habitats range from near shore to oceans where reefs and offshore islands exist. Mantas flap their large pectoral fins to navigate near the surface or mid-waters around reefs and lagoons. Mantas can jump completely out of the water and then land with a splash, sometimes head first, tail first, or after a somersault. The males of this large species have a disc width of about 13 feet, and females 16.5 feet. They produce one pup per breeding season. Birth occurs in shallow water. Manta ray. Marlin. The common name for open sea fish related to sailfish and swordfish live in the waters of the Atlantic and Indo-Pacific Oceans. The best-known type of marlin, the blue marlin, swims the Gulf Stream all the way north to Long Island. They have a pronounced dorsal fin and a long upper jaw shaped like a spear. Females, or girls, which are larger than the males, or boys, can reach 14 feet in length and weigh almost a ton. Blue marlins migrate hundreds and even thousands of miles to follow warm ocean currents. They use their spears to kill their prey, which consists of mackerel, tuna, and occasionally squid. Moorish idol. The Moorish idol lives in waters from Hawaii to Australia and from the west coast of Central America to the coast of Africa and the Red Sea. They grow to an average length of 7 inches, though some grow as large as 8 or 9 inches. Moorish idols prefer flat reefs and relatively shallow waters, 10 to 590 feet. They feed on sponges, tunicates, underwater sac-like filter feeders, and animals such as clams, crustaceans, and worms that live on the bottom of the ocean. These fish mate for life, often forming pairs of small schools. Octopus. Octopuses carry an inky substance in the folds of their body. They secrete it to confuse predators. Octopuses live on the bottom of shallow water and make their homes in holes or crevices. Sometimes they dig nests made of rocks. For about a week after mating, the female lays groups of grape-like eggs. She stays with the eggs until they hatch about 6 weeks later. The larvae look like miniature adults. They grow as long as 10 feet and weigh as much as 55 pounds. Did you know octopuses change their color to blend with their surroundings? Orca. Often called killer whales, orcas live in all the oceans of the world. The largest in the dolphin family, male orcas, or boys, can grow as long as 32 feet and weigh up to 9 tons. Females, or girls, maximum 23 feet and 4 tons. These marine mammals live in groups called pods, which consist of several females, their calves, one or more males, and often juveniles. Some offspring stay with their mother for life. Residential orcas, which stay in one location, have more stable family groups compared with migrating orcapods, whose members come and go. Did you know that orcas often care for sick and injured companions as well as their offspring? Oyster. Oyster is a common name for various bivalve mollusks. It includes the pearl oyster, from which come pearls. Many people mistakenly believe that the oysters most prized for eating, called true oysters, also produce pearls. To feed, the oyster uses its gills to filter plankton from the water. True oysters have a central adductor muscle, a central scar on the shell that they use to attach themselves to objects. Adult oysters attach permanently to a hard surface early in their development and lack a foot. Oysters always attach themselves with their outer flared shell tilted upward so they can feed. Sea turtle. Sea turtles use their large flippers or forearms to swim the oceans of the world, even near the poles. Most sea turtles live in tropical and semi-tropical regions. These large marine animals spend most of their lives submerged. However, they must surface to breathe. When they surface, they rapidly exhale and then inhale. This rapid exchange of oxygen permits them to make deep dives without trapping gases inside them. When sea turtles come ashore, they lay their eggs. The Ridley turtles, instead of nesting individually as do other species, come ashore as one large group, usually during the day. Sea urchin. The term sea urchin describes assorted spiky echinoderms, sea animals with water vascular systems, usually hard spiny skeletons and radial bodies. They have shells made up of 5 symmetrical parts of tightly fused plates. Rows of slender tube feet extend from the body and movable spines cover the shell. These creatures live in oceans all over the world and measure from 1 to 4 inches across. The spines of typical urchins extend from 0.4 inch to 1.5 inches and aren't very sharp, but a Caribbean species has spikes that measure 4 to 8 inches in length. Sea star. Scientists have renamed the starfish sea stars because they aren't fish. They belong in the echinoderm category along with sea urchins and sand dollars. Some 2,000 species of sea stars live around the world from tropical habitats to the cold seafloor. Some sea stars have 10, 20, and even 40 arms. Their bony, hard skin protects them from predators. Some also have colors that either camouflage them or scare off predators. The sea star's nervous system runs through its arms instead of a brain, and instead of blood, filtered seawater circulates through its system. Did you know if a sea star loses a limb, it can grow another one? Dun dun dun, dun 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 dun. Great white shark. The largest white on record measured 21 feet in length. Although these are the most feared sharks in the world, most scientists agree that the great white's bad reputation is not deserved. Evidence shows that great whites do not like the taste of humans, which the shark occasionally mistakes for seals or sea lions. Great whites inhabit temperate coastal waters worldwide, and they are the largest predatory fish of Earth. Great whites can detect just 1 drop of blood in 25 gallons of water. They can smell a wounded animal in the ocean 3 miles away. And last of sea life today, we're going to talk about the triggerfish. These uniquely shaped fish live in the Indo-Pacific and Atlantic Oceans as well as the Mediterranean Sea. The first 2 dorsal spines can lock in place along with the corresponding spines at the bottom, thus their name, triggerfish. To escape danger or when sleeping, they find a hole in a rock, extend their spines, and lock themselves in a place. Territorial and somewhat aggressive, triggerfish consume crustaceans, particularly sea urchins. Their strong mouths easily crush their prey's shell. These shallow water fish inhabit tropical seas worldwide. And that's all for sea life.